Hello guys, this is going to be a video showcasing the HiFiMAN's user interface or main menu. Alright, so let's boot up the HiFiMAN. What you're going to do is press the power button, which is located on the top of the unit, and hold it for approximately 3 seconds. You are now greeted with the main menu of the HiFiMAN. Now your first option is my favorite. In this area, to access it, you just press this key over here, where my thumb is pointing at, or on top of. You press it, but I don't have any favorite files, but you'll be able to access the songs that you set it as your favorite, which is more convenient to access those songs instead of having to navigate through all of your music library again. SD card will show you all of the files on your SD card, including files like pictures, text, or etc. that the HiFiMAN doesn't read. It just shows you everything on the card. This is where I pretty much browse for all of my songs, because that's all I have on the SD card is music files. So you click that, and then you can now browse through your music files or anything on the card, for instance. And to play a song, you just simply press the right key, or the key with the arrow pointing to the right side, and the song will begin playing. And now you're in the now playing screen. Up here it's going to show you, this is going to say music, so you're in the music area, and it shows you the number in which this song is out of all the other songs. It shows you whether the song is a 16-bit or 24-bit. It shows you whether you have repeat all, repeat once, or repeat one. And it also shows you the shuffle order, in which if it's random, it'll shuffle when you skip forward or backwards, it will skip to a random song in order, or if you click order, it will skip to the next song in the same configuration line as where you have it in the SD card. Artists, you click this. Depending on how much music you have on, then that updating will last longer. But I don't have much songs in this because my other card has most of the songs, and this card is just strictly lossless audio. So now your artists, you pretty much you can browse by your artists, and it'll show all the songs according to what that artist is. Like, it'll show all the songs that the artist had produced. So another way you can browse is by holding this middle button, and it will scan alphabetically through your media. As you can see, the letter up here changes, and it will go to the artist in which that first letter is corresponding to that letter up there. And that browse thing also works in your scanning through the tracks or your artist and your album. You can also browse by album. And the cue list, I'm not entirely sure what that is, so sorry guys. Recently played is self-explanatory. Any song that you recently played is going to be listed here. Tracks is basically another way is browsing the SD card, but it'll only bring up files that the HiFiMAN can read. Playback order is, like, say you're scanning through your songs. If you have it random, it'll shuffle randomly through your media library or song library. If you have it on order, it'll shuffle through your songs in the order that it is lined up on the SD card. I use order when I'm trying to listen to a whole album. Listen to an album at a time, so it'll go through the album in order as it should be instead of randomly shuffling through the songs. And I just use random if I'm listening to every song on the SD card. Repeat all, which means that it'll I think it'll whatever songs that you have playing, like say you're listening to an album, and it plays through all the songs of that album. It's gonna repeat the album again, and it's gonna continuously do it. Repeat once is it'll repeat the whole album once, and that is it. Repeat one is if it'll repeat just one song, and it'll just keep repeating it. Now the EQ setting here, normal is there's no EQ. I don't know why it was on user, because I had tried to make another video and I was just showing you guys the EQ, so it was on user. But I only use normal, which is just a flat EQ. There's no adjustments to the sound or frequency response. You have presetted equalizer settings such as play effects, which I don't know what exactly this does. It makes like an artificial like soundstage or sound feel, like some kind of, it just feels like the music sounds like you're in a concert hall. It sounds weird actually. You have rock. Let me just keep it highlighted. I just, like, every time I do that, I just go to the next one so you can actually see, because you might not be able to see it through the orange bars. So you have pop, classic, bass, which just adds more bass emphasis. I'm not sure what frequencies it actually boosts. I think it just boosts the 100 hertz around the mid bass area. You have jazz and user. User is your own equalizer setting. So you have user EQ, which is right below it. You access it by clicking the arrow pointing to the right, and you can change the equalizer according to your preferences. So the equalizer bands that you're allowed to change are, you have 60 hertz, 300 hertz, 1000 kilohertz, 3000 kilohertz, and 6000 kilohertz, and that is pretty much it. So to change it, you can scan between which, you can switch between which band you want to change by going using these keys right here. And once you finally get to a band that you want to edit, the circle will light up orange, and you use these keys up here to decrease and increase its intensity of that frequency band. So, and to leave the user EQ menu or setting, you simply press the middle key. Put this back to normal, guys, real quick. Alright. Now the settings here, you have your system info, which tells you how much songs you have, what type model you have, which is pretty much the only model out, the HM-801. Your firmware version, which I'm using 0.14, and the current date. And the main menu set is, these are the list of options on the main menu that you can turn on and off. The only thing I have off is flash onboard. If I was to turn it on, I will now see flash onboard, as I can now utilize that selection of the main menu, and there's nothing on the flash onboard, so that's why I turn it off. So anything that you turn off is no longer going to be on the main menu. Anything you turn on is now going to be able to be utilized during the main menu. LCD timer, either you could have it as always on, 6 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and 60 seconds. So this means that if you do not touch any buttons within the given time that you selected, the LCD backlight will turn off to conserve battery life. Auto power off is the same as LCD timer off, but this is different. This will turn the whole unit off. These are the selected times. But the way this works is, if you're in the main menu and you don't touch any buttons for the given time that you selected, it will turn the HiFiMAN off. But if you're listening to music and you don't touch anything, it will not turn the HiFiMAN off. It will just continue to play the music unless you click the pause button and you pause the music, and then you don't touch anything for that given time frame that you have. It will turn the HiFiMAN off. I have mine set to 6 minutes since the battery life on the HiFiMAN. Though the battery being very powerful, it still it still has to power the components in the HiFiMAN, and it's not that strong. So please watch the second video, please. Thanks, guys.